Okay, so I'm going to make a very big statement right now, and some people that believe, well, let's just go with it. In 5 years or less, you can be in the top 5% of traders, successful traders. In 5 years or less, you won't be there in a month, 2, or a year, but in a good 3 to 5 years, you can be in the top 5%. What you need to do in those 3 to 5 years is do something very different from the rest. You need to stop looking for holy grail indicators. You have to stop looking for automated systems that are supposedly going to make you money and some guy selling them for 1,000 or 2,000 or girl. These things don't work. They don't exist and they will never make you money. So what you need to do is basically take your eyes, your ears, your mind, and every other sense you have on your body and pay full attention towards what you want to achieve. And we're going to talk about goals pretty soon, but I want you to focus on what you can control. It's very easy. It's actually very easy. And once you decide what you want, it will be very easy to achieve that. Now, I know that what I said is a very big statement. In 5 years or less, you can be in the top 5% of traders. I know that's a big statement, and it definitely requires very big action. And to prove you that, only action will ever determine your value in the market. And if you want to multiply your value, you need to multiply your actions. Think of it this way. You're basically a grain of wheat. This wheat faces one of 3 outcomes, futures. You can be placed in a sack, dumped in a stall until you become food for swine. You can be ground into flour and made into bread. Or the final and best thing is you can be placed into the good earth we live on and allowed to grow until your golden head divides and produces 1,000 other grains. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're all like this grain of wheat, but with one major difference. We have a choice. And believe me, I personally will not let anyone here be fed to swine, especially here at EQ5. Nor will I let anybody be grounded by the rocks of failure and despair to be broken up and devoured by the will of others. Today, I will multiply your value, and in return, you will multiply mine. We're all here to succeed, and the only way to succeed is together, and we can only do this with a definite decisions and obviously major actions. I'm very ready to take you on a journey that could last a lifetime, and in return, this journey will give you something more valuable than coins and gold and riches. It will give you wisdom, and this wisdom cannot be bought, cannot be sold, and cannot be given just like this. It takes time. So it is time to begin our workshop. I welcome you all to Workshop 23. I trust you will find that exactly what will make you happy, successful, and profitable in your trading career. The first thing you need to do is basically think and see through your eyes as a child would. Now, by this I mean is just to keep an open mind and put some passion into your attention. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. I have many of these things ready, and they're gonna start coming. I have just been very distracted with a couple of other things that I had been doing. But we're all here together to help each other. So, to achieve success in trading the financial markets, every trader and investor should learn every single thing he or she can about the financial markets and the way to operate in the financial markets in order to make great success. Now I'm going to speak. Basically, you need to learn to take smaller. Okay, like this. You need to learn to take the smallest risk possible, and then try to make the greatest profit possible. The more a person studies and learns about the financial markets, the more you're devoted to them, the more you spend time understanding things, the greater success you will achieve. Now, many people do not realize that preparation and knowledge of the financial markets are easy to attain. And many of these people who rush into the markets, and I've seen this countless times in the last 10 years, 13 actually, that most people just run into the financial markets and they do not understand how dangerous of a place this is. And they also don't understand that it's much easier to make losses than it is to make profits. Now, the good thing is the risk in trading is no greater than the risk of in any other line of business. In order for you to lower your risk and increase your return, it is basically essential to apply rules to your trading. Now, there is another thing that I'm going to quote Warren Buffett on again is if a policeman drives behind a car for 100 miles, he's gonna basically give him a ticket, every person. So we all break rules. We all get tempted to drive a little faster, to achieve our goal a little quicker, to open a few more trades, to follow the advice from investing.com or Forex Factory or here or there, of some guy putting it there. And one of the rules I actually put there is to not listen to these kinds of things, to be your own judge and jury, because this is the only way you can learn to trade. I don't remember the last time I opened investing.com or any economic calendar. I just know specific dates. Every Sunday, I actually do check the most important dates, but I don't focus around them and they don't scare me in the markets. I have outcomes and I have goals and I have predetermined risks I'm willing to take. Just a second. Yeah, I love the attitude, Kato. So, I want you all to mark my words with this over here, that this will definitely be going down. This is a very strong indication. And let me just see what we're doing on it, because I do have trades open on other areas. Just a second. Okay. Now, many people ask us here at EQ5 before they make an investment in the fund management, and I'm going to speak about fund management for a few minutes here. The main question we get is, should I invest in the conservative, medium, or aggressive fund? And this is a very logical question. I mean, I would ask the same thing. These are some of the many questions that the investment mentors here at EQ5 receive and hear from our clients. And the reason for this is because many people assume that the key to investing, key to success in investing, is getting inside a scoop on what's likely to outperform. Okay, because all of these free funds work in three different ways. They all operate in the same markets, but they trade totally different. For example, the aggressive fund compounds a lot, and I'm going to come to it very soon. But what my mentors are trained to tell these people is that the first step in achieving any kind of success, whether you're trading by yourself or investing, is to ask yourself a question that only you can answer. What are you trying to accomplish? And if you please, and I ask you as a friend, can some of you tell me why you're here? What are you trying to accomplish? Just in a couple of words. As many as possible. Well, you all have very valid points. From Kata to Simon, Tom, Craig, you all have very valid points, and that is the most important thing. Yes, creating a passive income. Fabi, you're right. It is essential to know why you're doing something. And I want you to remember this if you're trading by yourself. The next time you're opening a trade, remember the reason, okay, you're here. Because if you're here to help your family, you wouldn't be opening silly trades, risking more than what you were supposed to risk, right? If you're here to create a better life for yourself, would you really risk creating that better life, creating bad habits in trading, opening trades left and right and losing your account in a couple of trades? The whole idea of investing is not to create more problems to yourself, but to relieve yourself of many problems and mainly financial. But you'll be very happy to know that you do not only learn, you do not actually earn finances, and you do not create money for yourself. This is not the only thing that you're going to get. The second major thing you're going to be receiving is discipline. Right after discipline, you learn to follow rules much better. These rules will make you stronger, better. And if you're a businesswoman or a man, you're going to become better at your job. You're going to achieve promotions with ease. And on the bright side, you're going to be making very good money. Because look, I'm not here to sugarcoat you in any way. You can lose a hell of a lot of money in trading, but you can also make a hell of a lot of money. Always remember, every time you're losing a trade, somebody else is making that money. It's not going into air. Somebody needs to take it. I really hope that most of you will be taking my money and everybody else's money pretty soon. So, like I said, next time you're opening a trade, remember why you're here. This is your definite. Basically, what's it called? Reason, let's say. Well, Rick, I agree with you. That's why I'm here as well. That's exactly why I started doing this. I remember many years ago, I was still a young boy, but I was working. I told my mother that I would find a way to make our lives better, and even if I didn't have anything for me, I would give everything to her and to the rest of my family members. So I think it's very important to have some definite reason. And when you're helping somebody else, which usually, most of you, from what I see here, are, that is, that's pure reason to be the best you possibly can. And that's why you're here. That's why you're all taking time out of your Tuesday to listen to me, halfway across the world from each and all of you, to explain to you how to do this properly. And I know I'm talking many times for a long time, but I just need to implement these ideas into your mind, and I really hope you're actually getting them. Letting them sit there, because that's what I want to do. Plant seeds in your mind of discipline. I want to explain to you that you will lose everything, and most people already did. That $250 we gave, we lost like $30,000 in the last month, because so many people have lost their money. But to me, that's not a loss. That's a reason. Very soon we're going to start calling everyone up and telling them, hey, you see, what you were doing is wrong. And then we're going to start bringing into the course. Now, the course is obviously free, so I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm not a salesperson. I'm a fund manager, and I don't find too much time for myself. And the time that I find for myself is basically trying to improve and become better. I'm just reading one more message. Well, Lisa, I really hope that I can help you with what you're trying to achieve. And I know I can if we just stick together and work in harmony. That way we're going to achieve everything we can. And the most important thing before we even make money is to create strong habits of successful traders. Now, I was actually telling my team this. I had a meeting with them right before I had a call with you. In this meeting, I told them, and I showed them, well, I didn't show them, I told them of statistics of traders. There are people who are winning 92% of their trades, and I told you this before. 92% of their trades are winners, but their account has zero in it. And that's not because of withdrawals, that's because of losses. 8% of their trades busted their account. Why? Well, I've told you many times. No stop losses, no discipline, no rules, no book to go by. With all the ideas and everything I'm telling you, I can write a book about these things, and it will be a very interesting book. And I probably will write it sometime, but not yet. So let me just go back to what I'm saying. The last thing I asked you was a question, and I asked you what are you trying to accomplish, and you all gave me excellent answers, very good answers that believe me we can achieve together. I have no gain until you don't succeed. When you succeed, when you start making good money, when you start being disciplined, when you stop taking big losses and small profits, that's when I'll succeed. And my reward will be very simple. Well, it will be gratitude from you. I'll have an excellent reputation, and obviously I'll have many friends. So you have to know your goal or goals. Most of you probably have many, just like I do. Now, before you begin to make any kind of decision about which kind of investment you want to choose or for how long you want to invest for, you need to know your goals. The good thing is it's never too late to consider what your investing goals are. So if you already have invested into something and you've already built a portfolio, believe me, now is a sensible time to start examining your goals and evaluate whether your portfolio is on the right track. If you haven't invested in the fund or in your own account, then consider what I'm about to say. Investing for multiple goals is very important. Most investors have more than one goal. The biggest and the longest goal of this is usually saving for retirement or managing a retirement income, if you're already retired, of course. Other goals include investing for your own expenses or your children's education, building and maintaining an emergency fund, or putting money aside for a wedding, constant holidays, or that dream holiday, a new house, or any of the many, many things money can buy. Now, many people come to with a question and they tell me, so Dennis, after all of these things, what do I do first? Well, the first thing you need to do is you'll want to make sure you've set your priorities wisely. For most people, saving for a retirement would probably come first. The second priority would be to pay your debts, any high interest debts such as credit cards or anything else. The third thing would be to establish an emergency fund to cover unforeseen expenses and make sure to have an emergency fund, even if it has $50 or $100 or $1,000 or $10,000. Make sure you start building that up, because, like I told you last time we spoke, I believe, recessions come. They come every 3 to 5 years, and we're about to come into one. So we need to be prepared. You never know. It's called what is it called? Gray weather money, something like this. Those are unforeseen expenses. Now, beyond all of this, you would address additional financial goals. So, for example, saving for retirement is a very good goal. Creating a cash flow while you're retired is also an excellent goal. And you need to break your goals down from 1 to 5 or 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 100. 1 being the most important goal. Now, you can do this in bullet points or numbers, but I think numbers is a good way, because when you separate what's most important, you know what you need to work for. For example, number 1, make money to buy a house. Number 2, save for retirement. Number 3, emergency fund. Number 4, holiday. Number 5, gifts. Number 6, whatever, pay off debts. It can be anything. So, as you evaluate your portfolio, you need to keep revisiting each goal to ensure that you're saving enough money and investing appropriately. The 2 most crucial considerations are your time frame and the expected return from your portfolio. When you're investing, it is very important to know when you want it and how much you want. Okay? These are the 2 most important things. The last thing I want to see any of you doing is investing 500, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, or $1 million, and not knowing what you want from it. You just want to make money? Sure. So do the other people. They all want to make money. Everybody wants to make money. Go outside on the street and just stop a car and ask him, you want to make money? He's going to tell you, whoever's in that car is going to tell you yes. Everybody wants money. The difference between the people that actually make it is that they know when they want it and how they're going to get it and how much of it they need or want. So basically, I'm coming to the last point on this, and that's balance risk time, and reward. High returning investments tend to be much more riskier in the short run. So if you want to turn 1,000 into 10,000 in a month or 2 or 3, that is called a risky investment because this is a very short term. When people invest with us, they invest for years. They don't invest for months or days or weeks. They invest for years and even lifetimes. So basically what I'm saying about this is you need to balance your risk. High return investments are very risky, especially if they're in the short run. They are not risky, however, if they're for the long run. If somebody is investing for 1 year on an aggressive account or an aggressive fund or an aggressive way of trading, 1 year is a logical time frame. 2, 3, 4 is even better. 5, excellent, because then your risk becomes significantly lower. But if somebody is investing aggressively to turn something from nothing, that can be very, very dangerous. And I would love to show you something right now. Just a moment, and I will show it to you. I'm sure many of you have seen the. No, it's not here. I'm just going to show you an account very quickly. So this is a very risky investment. You see, it's from January 5th, 284% return with a drawdown of 36% of the equity, and that's somewhere here. Somewhere here. I think here or here. That's 36%. Yeah, somewhere here from the equity. So this is a very risky investment. Even if you have winning trades, this many, you see 87% winning trades, that still can wipe you out. Now, how can it wipe you out? Because you're obviously opening very strong positions to achieve something like this. You're opening very strong positions. Those strong positions can hurt you. If you have 5, 6 of them in red in a row, they're going to hurt you because your risk is not 1%. Your risk is 5% per trade. So you lose 5 trades in a row, you're losing a minimum of 25%. Losing 25% is not the nicest thing to have because you're way back now. And that's one thing you don't want to do. So let me continue. So high return investments tend to be very risky in the short run. So basically what you need to do is balance risk, time, and reward when you actually invest. Say, for example, your goal is 6 months away. The savings from this goal should be invested conservatively in a conservative or even a medium fund. What I mean by this is if you have a short-term goal, 6 to 8, 10 months, or even 12 months, I fully advise someone to invest in a conservative or a medium fund. Now, you're all trading by yourself here, so when you're trading by yourself and you have short-term goals, what you need to do is take it slow, little by little. And I'm going to show you something else very quickly. Can you see the Word document? Very good. Okay. So this is something that I'm going to be starting. It's turning 20,000 into a million by October 50,000 in Sting. Starting date is today. Profits on this account are 4% today. So this is just keeping track. Obviously, this will be printed out, and I will just keep writing in from today till then. That is 32 weeks, 8 months. For that, you need general trading rules. What I mean by this is, on a conservative trading account, maximum open trades at any given time is free, meaning 1.5% risk. If you're opening one trade, you can risk maximum of 1.5%. If you have free trades, each will be 0.5 or the equivalent of 1.5% in different sizes. Just a second, I'm here. Okay. On a medium, 3%, on an aggressive, 5. This is not finished, I just want to share it with you now, but I will send it to you also so you can understand what I mean. The psychology of this is, and the idea behind trading is that every loss brings me closer to a win. Relax, breathe, look again. You do not have to open 20 trades to make a profit. I was actually explaining something to a client, and I just want to show you. This very quick. This is just theory, okay? But this has happened before, so I'm going to explain it to you like this. We're starting on a conservative level, even lower than this, because here it's 1.5% and here it's 1%. Account size 100,000, that means $1,000 risk, which allows us to open one lot and have a 100 pip stop loss, or two lots with a 100. With the 50 pip stop loss. Now, by trades I mean total trades open. By compounded I mean, well, obviously the compounding strategy. Now, when you see 3 trades and 1 compounded, that means I'm taking into account that 2 of them are losers. Week 1, we only open 3 trades and we compound just 1 of them, we lose 2. Total loss 2%. Total profit, we don't even have to put it at 20%. Let's put it at 10% for the sake of being very conservative. Week 2, 5 trades, compounded 2, lost 3. Total loss 3%. Total profit, I'll even move this lower to 20% because this is 50 pips. That's 100 pips each. Now, I'm not going to go all the way down to explain you the full idea, but the idea is simple. Once you have a trading system, once you have rules that you're following, once you've lost money, once you connect a goal to your trading and lose money, then I really hope that then it clicks into your mind that losses are not good for you. And the risks you're taking should be predetermined, and you should accept those risks. I would not advise you to risk anything higher than 5% at any given time. But always remember that if you lose 5 trades in a row, you're 25% down. Being down 1%, 5%, 10%, or even 15%, that's very easy to achieve, to take back. But you're in the red and you've got trouble when you're down 30%. 20%, 40%. That's when you're in big trouble, because that is much harder to get back due to your equity being lower. And in the financial markets, you need equity to open trades. So you'll be opening much smaller trades, making much smaller profits than you would normally. So what I'm saying here, and the idea I'm giving you over here, is very simple. The idea here is opening quality trades and not going crazy. As you see, the most trades open at any given time in month 1, not any given time, but throughout the week, is only 8 trades. And we're losing 3. We're opening 5, we're losing 5 here, we're winning 3, we're losing 4, winning 1. So nowhere am I being optimistic. I'm being pessimistic with everything. But even by being pessimistic, the profits are always much higher, if compounded correctly, than the losses. Because at the end of month 1, with the previous stats, your return is 115% and your loss is only 14.5%. Again, very pessimistic. The account I've shown you here started on January, well, trading began on January 6th. That's 2 months away. Almost 2 months away. And the actual return is actually much higher than this. And I'm going to show you that very quickly. See, there's currently open trades. They're losing 2.2 thousand. The trade statistics are here. This is that specific account. It started with 10,000. As you see, the balance is 53. The net profits are 43,966. The max balance drawdown is 21%. Total trades 134, 116 winners. Max consecutive winning trades is 27. The largest profit per trade is 7,000. The biggest loss is 4,000. and the profit is 43,000. This is the exact account that I'm talking about, that I'm showing you right now. So you see, this is very possible, because right now, when you're trading with 43,000 instead of 10, you can increase your risks. Because 1% on 10,000 is different compared to 1% on 43,000. It makes you more money. Now, like I gave you the example before, if your goal is 6 months away, then you should be investing in a conservative fund, or should be investing in a conservative way. I'm giving you both options. Maximum going to the medium, rather than going to something more aggressive. But again, if you have much more time on your hands, you could aim for higher long-term returns by focusing more on an aggressive trading style or aggressive fund. And of course, you're going to be minimizing your costs this way, because your chances will keep improving. Whatever route any of you decide to take, however you're trading by yourself or if you're investing in a fund, I advise long term. That is where you can see real results, that you can see real profits, and you will minimize your risks greatly. I've seen people who wanted thanks, Craig. I've seen people who wanted to make, massive results just in a month's time, and I've had clients who we've made profits for in a month's time, some of them even 100%, and these people weren't happy with that. Now, this is why I'm very happy that I use the principle called quality over quantity. Recently, we had a person invest. They're no longer with us. They invested, and we made them 10% in a month, and the person wasn't happy with 10% in a month, which I think is ridiculous. There is another person with 30% in a month. Sorry, that's a mosquito. It's very humid where I am right now, so there's plenty of mosquitoes. Yeah. So anyway, knowing what you want, that's what I'm trying to say. Very important. Do any of you have any questions for me? So basically what I'm trying to tell you is, number one, goals. They're extremely important. You need to create clear, appropriate investment goals. These investment goals must be compiled to the investment process, which begins only by setting measurable and attainable investment goals and developing a plan for reaching those goals. I can't just sit here and tell you that I want to do this, turn 20,000 into $1 million without me having a plan. This is not a plan. This is just checkpoints. Basically, one more checkpoint will be added at what I need to achieve here, right there, where the empty space is. That's where the the needed result per month, the minimum return per month needed in order to reach that at the end of 32 weeks. So I told you about goals. I'm going to tell you about balance. You need to develop sustainable asset allocation. You need to diversify your portfolios. You need to, once your goal is reached, you will have what you want. Obviously, we're here for money. So basically, if your goal is to make 100% and you achieve that 100%, I really hope that 100% is not everything you need for something. So if you need 100% return, you should put a goal of 120%. So you can take the 20% and reinvest it. The last thing you want to do is take your winnings and spend them and waste them. A profitable investor is a person who keeps investing. If any of you seen Warren Buffett's timeline of his wealth per year, he only became a millionaire at 30 years old. When did he become a billionaire? You can see that his growth rapidly increases right after 40 years old. Now, that's not a coincidence. There is a reason why that happens. So I'm going to talk about goals just a little bit more. Like I said, you need to create appropriate and clear investment goals. Uh, we are firm believers here that successful investing begins by setting attainable investment goals, developing a plan of action for those goals, keeping to this plan, and keeping it on track. And this means evaluating progress on a regular and ongoing basis. Now I'm going to quote Benjamin Franklin again. If you fail to prepare, you prepare to fail. You need to focus on your goals. You need to know where you're going. And if I can break this down into an investment idea of 5 points, the first will be objective. How much money do you need to achieve your goal? i.e., retirement. Time horizon. The number of years, months you have to the goal. If it's retirement, how many years do you have till that retirement comes? If it's buying a house, how many months, years do you need to do that? The last thing you want to do is set your goal too short and disappoint yourself. That's the last thing you want to do. The best thing you want to do is give yourself some room. It's not that urgent. If it's not that urgent, then give yourself some room to breathe. Number 3, risk profile. The level of risk you are willing to take to achieve this goal. Remember, there are massive risks when it comes to investing. You need to be prepared to accept these risks. Now, number 4 is something that's called savings rate. This means how much can you invest at the start? What is your investment capital? And if your investment capital is there for the long run, how much can you invest regularly into that fund in order for it to keep growing? Obviously, then there is the investment mix, which is basically different. It's called asset allocation. What are we going to be investing in? Are you splitting up your portfolio into one conservative, two medium, three aggressive? Are you putting it 50-50 into two different places, or 25-25-50? That's called asset allocation. That's protecting your investment. And the last thing is monitoring. How your portfolio is going to be monitored and adjusted to keep it near its asset allocation target. Now, I'm going to explain this to you a little bit better now. The monitoring is basically very simple. It's basically checkpoints. Knowing where you're going to be moving your funds. For example, over here, I'm starting on a conservative level. I'm starting conservative, and that's written right here. So I'm starting conservatively. I'm moving into medium at a certain stage, and then once I come to the specific stage of my investment being over X amount in percentage-wise, I move to the aggressive stage. Do any of you have any questions for me? Yes, Pavi, I will be available 30 minutes after the workshop. I will have to make an important phone call, and then I'm going to get in touch with you. Thank you. Very good. Perfect. Perfect. So I'm going to just show you again what I'm going to be doing over here. And I've already shown you that this is a very crucial area. Okay. If you're trading the British pound, please lower your risks. Whether it's demo, live, or paper trading, lower your risks. It's very important to understand, well, to protect your portfolio. We're trading in very dangerous times right now, and things can become pretty ugly. Okay, I'm going to try and find the trade for you now. Just looking for a trade, just trying to find something decent. Well, the strongest thing that I have for you is probably this. And by the way, everyone, very soon I'm going to stop speaking and I'm going to start showing a bit more. Will take some time. Hi, Michael. No problem. It's okay. I'm actually recording it, so I'll send you. I will start uploading it as soon as it's finished. So the first stop you can have on this pair could be over here with a rebound. With a rebound to either so the green area is our first target. That is roughly 60 pips away. Then we're looking at the yellow and white area. Price, if it doesn't break this level, will reverse here or here before making a next move down to the 112.5 area, which is pretty far away, which is 200 something pips away, maybe further. Did any of you learn anything today? Anything that stood out? Anything that you found interesting? Okay, very good. So let's do it like this. Simon is saying that he's very interested in creating a definite plan and how to reach it. Would you all like me to create you a session of basically investment planning, which is basically goal setting in simple language? Okay, I will create a session. I will create a session for this. This is basically investment planning, so you can understand how to plan for goals. It probably sounds simple, but it's not really that simple, because it's not just I want to do this and in this many days or weeks or years. We need to have a checkpoint, a list that takes us from A, B, C to X, Y, Z. It's very important, and this is the first thing you need to do before you even think about investing your money to trade by yourself. It's called an investment plan. This is very important. Let me just see what I can create. It's like I have my book over here. Okay, I'm gonna have to send you all an email because I don't know exactly which day will be good for me. I've given you this trade on Sunday. We're down, well, pretty down already. And tomorrow you will be receiving other trades. Yes, Tom, there is. There definitely is. Is this the first time you're here, Tom? Well, Kato, it's all for all of you. That's why I'm doing it. I have a lot of things to do. My days are fully booked all day, and I have countless messages right now on my phone. It doesn't even tell me how many there is, and even Skype has a little circle on it. It doesn't tell me how many messages there are there. But I do this because I one, love and respect everyone that's a part of EQ5, whether they're investors or not. For me, it's very important to guide people in some way because I know that others will do the same for me. Tom, it's very good to have you here. This is just one session. There's a few recordings on the internet. Thursday's session is going to be very important. In Thursday's session, I'm going to go over a few very, very important things, and I'm going to tell you them. I'm going to explain to you a couple of bullet points, but I'll tell you those bullet points right now. The first one is how to invest in the financial markets right now, because back in the day, there were about 1,500 stocks listed in the 1920s, something like this, on the New York Stock Exchange. Now there's well over 40,000. So, like I told you, all the markets do change continually. I'm going to explain to you at which age. Well, actually, just forget about it. I'll just tell you then. I'll tell you about when trends change, how they change, and when should you expect them to change. I will teach you what fear versus knowledge is. There is actually quite a few things that I'm going to teach you. I'm going to teach you time charts and trend changes. Okay, very good, Tom. It would be very good to have you here. Yes, Michael. What is 4:30? I need to find the time. I need to find the time and I will let you know. I need to convert the time and then I will let you know. Tom, I would love to see you here more. It would be good to get acquainted with us. And I will have to end this workshop now. I do have quite a few things to do. Michael, let me just check the conversion time for that. Are you talking about tomorrow, Michael? But what time is it there right now? Because it's telling me here that that's 30 minutes ago. Oh, no, that's GMT. Okay. No, that's fine. That's fine. I'll give you a call then. I was converting it to a different time. That's fine. I will call you then. Excellent stuff. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I want to wish you an excellent evening. Thank you all for coming. I will have to make this one a bit short. Kato, thank you for coming. Well, Lisa, like I said, it's all for every one of you, and really, I really appreciate it. Um, I really appreciate from the bottom of my heart for all of you to come. I really hope and trust that I will help you all very soon. Pavi, I will talk to you soon as well. Stefan, thank you for coming. Everyone, take care of yourselves, and you have a fantastic day.